Hello there, this is Tamil again. I'm gonna do a little vlog for LightBox Expo 2023. I bought a microphone just for this video, so hopefully the microphone is picking up very nicely. I'm very excited. Hopefully it will be cool this year. And also it's kind of weird to think about it because I'm just reflecting on myself because last year I went there with my girlfriend and I'm not dating that person anymore. Last year I wanted to get into animation industry. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm trying to get into tattoos. So a lot has changed and in just 1 year, and it's just kind of crazy to reflect on things like that when you go to events where it's like, oh, 1 year you are super, invested into one thing, and then the other completely 180 turn. So I think that's why I'm so excited about this too, because maybe what happens next year, I don't know. But that's what makes it more exciting. And maybe next year I'll give up on art. Who knows? Maybe I'll become a full-time artist. Who knows? Quick note, I live like nearby kind of thing. I cannot imagine people. I saw a girl, she was like, yeah, I came from like Pennsylvania or New York. I was like, what are you doing here? That's crazy. Buying a ticket from whatever other state, coming over there to over here to Los Angeles, renting a hotel, paying for the food, all this jazz just to go to LightBox Expo. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm super excited, so I'll start driving there. Quick checklist of things that you need. Comfy shoes, water, weird shirt that will make people question if you're insane or not, and food. Yeah, I mean, what kind of idiot would forget their badge in the car and walk up like 20 minutes, eat, and then realize they forgot their badge in the car? That'll be me. That'll be me. So there's a huge line to get into the exhibition, which obviously I expected. The only thing is that I mostly just need the string to get into the exhibition, but the line is for the alley where people sell art, so I'm gonna just use my necklace for now to use it for the lanyard and pretend like that's what it's supposed to look like. Marker, cap, and that's it. This will do for now. There's also an app for this here, which is pretty cool. It has like all of the schedule. You can look at the map, you can look at the videos, some of the special events, merchandise, so that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go check it out. I already looked at the schedule and I made my own schedule of like what I want to see. I'll probably not see even half of these, but at least I'll try.
We should not try to change them or make them easier to animate. Like, how do we preserve the freshness of this design as we move through a CG pipeline? And that kind of became our challenge through a lot of the early part of the film. He did this monstrosity, which we later adapted to be Ice Cube.
Okay, cool. I just finished a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie presentation. There was the art director and like a couple of other artists who worked on the movie. That was like really cool. They talked about like the behind the scenes and how hard it was to transfer their art to the movie, because they had like teenage kind of drawings and they wanted to keep that in the movie. Also, if you don't know, there are 3 main buildings. One for the exhibition, so it's gonna be all the art stuff. All the artists are gonna be there. They're gonna sell their merch. They're gonna have all them stickers and all that good stuff. The second building is gonna be in the middle. That's gonna be the auditorium, which is going to be the big lectures. Last year they didn't actually use that one that much except for the closing, which I think was kind of like I think that they learned that we can do that for this year. So there's like 3 or 4 lectures in that hall all day, which is great. And the third building, which is going to be that way. That's where all of the small lectures were happening last year, and hopefully if I walk in there it's not going to be that bad, but let's get some footage. Alright, so I was walking around the artist alley for like 20-30 minutes. Saw a couple of friends, and I didn't know where to go at all, so I decided to just go to random panels and just to check it out. Gave me this, which hopefully it'll flip in the video, but basically I get these for like an hour before, hopefully, or even longer than that, and then you come and you get in. If you don't have this, you're kind of screwed. And I remember last year they were like just papers that were just easy to fake and easy to make, but these are like actual cards, which is kind of more official, which is nice. So I have about, what is it, time right now? 2:30. The panel starts at 3:30, which means I have exactly an hour to kill, and I can't really go to any other panel. And there is a drawing session at the first floor, which will have a figure drawing model. So I'll probably go over there and maybe walk around, or maybe I'll go to the auditorium one, because the auditorium one doesn't have like tickets to get in. You can just walk in and walk out, which is the perfect, honestly, to kill some time. Also, there's a demo area, which is like the big hall, and there's 5 different artists doing live demos at the same time. It's a little bit loud in there because every single one of them have a speaker on. It's a little bit disorienting, but sounds like I have some time to kill. Nice.
With some things, we of course need to look at the reference with photos or videos, right? So
just finished sketching lecture. It was really cool. It was just talking about struggling, starting to sketch, how do you do it, how to do it every day. I think that's what kind of one of the reasons why I even go to these is you get to just get you hear the same thing. It's like you should do every day, do it a little bit, don't look at others, do it as much as you can. But I think it's just nice to get a reminder that you got to do it and give you like inspiration.
The policeman came out and asked what I was doing, and I told him, and he instantly got into the whole concept of the scene. And I asked him, what would you do if you came upon a scene like this? And he gave me a real serious answer. He said, well, it's the firemen that set up the crime scene tape in the foreground, not us. I would want to make sure that all of the occupants in the car are accounted for, no one's left the scene.
James Gurney, Color and Light, that was probably the heaviest lecture of all time. Light refractions, quadruple, whatever math, geometrical shapes for how the conal light hits the leaves, and that's why it creates different shapes for the light and shadows. So basically, if you wanted to learn about light, that was probably the heaviest lecture. It was like almost an hour long. It was cool, but I didn't understand half of it because I'm too dumb for that, but I'm really happy I went because it was kind of cool, and it was the auditorium ones, the big ones, so I was able to like hear and I didn't have to wait. So after this, my favorite part of the LightBox Expo is coming, which is Animeo. It's going to be in the auditorium, the middle building. That's going to be the short films festival, I think, for like almost an hour and a half of student short films that are like going from like the most standard to going better and better and better and better, and that's like the best part of the Friday in my opinion, and I really am excited about that, so hopefully that will happen super soon.
Right here at LightBox Expo, prepared to be amazed by a collection of inspiring and captivating animations that have left audiences around the world in awe.
Alright, just finished Animeo, a bunch of cool short animations. A couple of them were like really good, I liked them a lot. The last three were like super, crying a little bit. So I think personally Friday is the day to go. Also, there was the animation, it's the like really old theater and then someone dropped their Apple Pencil and it kind of rolled a bit, and there was like a huge whole circular thing that was just, it ate up the pencil and now it's just gone, and it's like 30 feet under the theater and that's just gone forever. Yeah, crazy stuff. I really feel bad for that person. Yeah, otherwise great night for me, I guess.
Is it something I heard about in a place called Schoolism?
I was gonna suggest that one to you. Yeah.
Have you taken them?
No.
Oh.
The guy who made Schoolism is the guy who organized it.
Bobby Chu? Yeah, he's the guy who founded it.
Yeah.
So we knew the principal challenge would be to create a film that pushed the envelope of artistic and technical innovation. It would have to redefine what visual effects can achieve in animation and evoke the perception of a handcrafted aesthetic.
Probably my favorite part that just happened is I went to the auditorium, like the big building, and there was the Into the Spider-Verse visual development, talking about how certain things were made, quick breakdowns of different ways they achieved the look of the film, how they recorded, got the textures right, they were developing the colors, how they were playing around with emotion and all those things. So basically it was a lot of cool behind the scenes. The VFX and the art director were there, and they were talking about how it was made, and they were really prepared. They were really talking a lot about how things were made. So that was probably, and it was on the Sunday too, so that was probably the coolest part that I was enjoying, and it was like an hour and a half, I think, or an hour long, and it was like every minute was worth it, and I don't know if they're gonna upload it. Hopefully they will, but either way, it was kind of incredible to see the look behind the scenes and all the breakdowns of the VFX. Even though I saw like some of them on Twitter, like they were sharing that, but just seeing that in the presentation, and they were preparing it so well too. Like they had the speech ready, they had the slides ready. It was like in a specific order, so you can really tell they put a lot of effort in that, and that was probably my favorite part. I was enjoying that a lot, so that was awesome. So right now is the last day. I'm gonna probably walk around, buy some books. The last day is usually the shortest one. It's not going to be as packed as well, so a lot of people don't show up for the last day because usually people buy the Saturday and the Friday. So that part is nice. And yeah, I'll just hopefully enjoy myself until like 5 o'clock or something. And overall, pretty fun stuff. Tomorrow I have to go to work, which I don't want to think about at all, but yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I saw a lot of people, met even a friend from my university, and he introduced me to a couple other people from that same university. We were just different year. I was like a sophomore and they were like about to graduate, so I never just got introduced. But it's crazy. I mean, small world. So basically, I met a lot of people. I like saw a bunch of lectures. I bought two sketchbooks. One of them being a sketchbook that has little dots on them. I don't know if you can see, but basically I think these are mostly for logos and like different... Oh, what is that? Ooh. It has like a little section for like hiding stuff. That's cool. Then I got a second one which included mid-tone paper. So I haven't had mid-tone paper in forever, and I already doodled like a quick character in here, testing out the pencil and the inking. I got a bunch of stickers from KLUIA Corporation. Focus. I got this little sticker. I got King from the house. I got a little card that they even gave me. I got third sticker for free from them. And then I got this sticker pack, which was really cute and awesome. I got 3 books. I got free stickers from Netflix for Scott Pilgrim. Let me see. So Ramona Flowers, and I got pins from Procreate, which is art for everyone. I got a few prints from Adobe Fresco. They were giving out free prints. And then I got 4 books total. How to draw pop girls, like with pinup style, which is, I was told it's exclusive to LightBox, or like very hard to get outside of LightBox. So I was like, yeah, might as well buy it. And then I got the most cringiest book of all time, which I do not regret. It's like a book of boys in bunny suits and Playboy suits, and it's like the weirdest thing in the world, and it's very suggestive, so I'm not gonna show like most of it probably. And then I got 2 other books, which one of them is by Phil Tomato. He's like a really cool pinup artist from Philippines, and I watch his streams actually like a lot. He does Twitch streaming, and they're really fun, so maybe I'll do a quick flip through of that in a bit. There also got the art of Input 2, which is, I don't want to butcher it. I know he speaks Russian because I am following him on his Russian social media, but I can't tell if he's Russian or Ukrainian or something else, but he definitely is part of the European kind of Slavic culture, and I love his stylization. So I bought 4 books, a bunch of stickers, a few sketchbooks, because I really wanted to get into more traditional media again. I really tried to save her money and didn't work out, but tickets, $10 parking every day, plus food every day was like maybe $20 or more, depending. I wasn't trying to save up money on food because I've been waiting for this event for like a whole year, and I'm like, I already bought the tickets, I already bought all this other stuff. I'm not gonna sit there and like try to save money. Like it doesn't matter anymore. Like I already spent all this money. And then I bought the books, which came down to like I want to say 200 or 100, somewhere between 100 and 200, depending like the deals that I was getting. So basically it was already a lot, and I was like, yeah, that might as well just pay for it and not worry about it. And then stickers were like about like $15 or so, so I'll sketchbooks were actually very cheap. So these 2 sketchbooks, they're very high quality. Like I have not seen such high quality sketchbooks. It was actually not in the artist alley, but in the company alley. I want to say like 3 like really older Asian people that were like, they seemed very nice. Like there was a guy who was buying sketchbooks, and I think he was Japanese, and he was giving $20. The total was 17, and he gave them 20, and she didn't have a change. So she just gave him 5. Like, she's like, here you go, here's 5. And he was like so apologetic. He was like, oh no. And then she was like insisting, like, take it. Like, she was like a loving grandmother. That's what the vibe was about. And the sketchbooks, there's like 24, I want to say, for both of these, which is a steal. To be honest, I should have bought more, but they're super high quality. They're like really nice and handmade from what I've heard. So I did spend money, but it's kind of like on things that are definitely worth it. I'm definitely gonna use them. I'm definitely gonna play around with them, and especially the stickers. Like this specific sticker pack, I adore it so much. It just, warms up my heart. Maybe I'll put a few on my sketchbook, or I'll put it on my phone, or whatever it is. So yeah, I think I'll just conclude this whole thing and try to talk a little bit about LightBox as a whole. Is that I only went because I live close by, which is like 40 minutes. I did 3 days because just why not? I'm already there. I might as well go all 3. In my personal opinion, if you're really trying to squeeze it in, Friday, best day for me because it has Animeo. That's my favorite part. You get to watch short movies. Saturday is also cool. It's the most crowded, but also has the most panels. It has, at the end of the days, concept art awards. I still have not gone there, so maybe I'll go next year. Sunday is the shortest day of all. Usually last shows, quote unquote, or lectures finish at like, I want to say 4. Like 3:30 was the beginning of the last lectures. Even though like Friday and Saturday last lectures, they start at like 7 or 6. So basically Sunday is the shortest day. Has the least amount of people, and in a way it's also like not really favorable, because if you go to the artist alley to buy anything, they're already like sold out of prints, a lot of sketchbooks, and a lot of other things. They're all sold out, but still cool. Like, it's still awesome. I saw a couple of art directors that I was really like proud of to see like their work. I'm like, oh my god, meeting YouTubers. I saw Ergo Josh, I saw Cynics, I saw Steven Zapata. Actually, I don't know where my badge is, but I convinced Steven Zapata to sign my badge, which was awesome. So now I have the first badge was from last year. I signed it by Loish. I actually have my iPad also signed by Loish on the case. At first I asked her if I can sign it on my iPad, but she's like, no, it's gonna ruin the iPad. And I was like, I don't really care, but also like I kind of want it to be there like forever. That would be cool, like iPad that is signed by Loish. But she's like, no, and then I asked her to sign it on my case. So now I have a case with her signature, and my badge is first year signed by Loish, second year Steven Zapata. I don't know who should sign it third year. Maybe I'll ask Cynics or someone else who I admire huge time. So, but yeah, it's kind of wild just reflecting back on all the artists you see, and in a way that's also crazy because you see so many people who come, like, you just realize how small the world is. Like, I've seen a few artists that are like, you just start talking to them, like, oh yeah, my roommate worked on like the Spider-Verse. Oh yeah, like I saw you in my concept art class 3 years ago. Oh, your teacher is teaching my other, blah 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 person. So a lot of cool stuff. In a way, I was talking to another person about this. At this point, I'm just blabbering, so feel free to skip. But basically, I was talking, and in a way, even Craig Mullins, when he was presenting, he was kind of like, "Why are you guys here? Like, what? Everything's on YouTube now. Like, there's no point." And in a way, that's true. Like, I really kind of what is a good reason to go to LightBox Expo? And a lot of times my answer is like not to learn technical like things, because I think the lectures are a little bit limited time-wise, and I think Gumroad and YouTube are so advanced these days that it's like kind of in a way not really more it's more beneficial to use that over LightBox Expo for learning. And if you want to do portfolio review, in my opinion, you can just pay for a mentorship. Like whatever money you spent on tickets and hotel and coming all the way down here, like flight, for, let's say if you're in New York, I feel like it's cheaper just to hire a professional artist to give you a feedback on your portfolio. And I think for that exact money, you can also ask them like additional questions and have like a whole 3-hour session of talking, asking questions, and they can even paint over for you. But also it's kind of awesome to see all the people from around the world and meeting up with a bunch of artists and seeing them in person and asking questions and supporting them. So that's really big part of it. In a way, my favorite talks and the ones that I remember the most are usually like the funny ones, or something weird happened, or like seeing people behind your favorite projects talking about. And I think I've gotten to this point where I'm not really learning a lot from those talks, but I am enjoying the spiritual part of it. Like you have an artist and they just talk about their journey, and they talk about how they came here, what you should do. And it's honestly all the same stuff. It's like you should practice, don't compare yourself to others, keep studying, you'll get there. Find company you want to go for, don't spread too thin, don't do like too many different things at the same time. So like all the advice you can find online, it's exactly the same, but it just hits different when you see it in person, and in a way you get inspired by that exact energy. Just there's the energy in the room that you get. So meeting people, funny encounters. I think my favorite one this year from like regular talks was Robot Pencil. He was like really funny, the way he was presenting and the way he was answering questions and the way he just spoke so clear and without any like BS that you find in different different YouTube videos. That's like all noise. Especially, I'm not, I'm guilty of this too. But a lot of YouTube stuff is just kind of to get your attention and to keep it as much as I can. But when you're in the room with them, you kind of just sit there. It doesn't matter what they're gonna do. You're gonna be there for like an hour or so, regardless. And they're already, they're not gonna get paid more or less depending on how many people come in. So it's just like a different environment in which you can develop relationship with that artist and what they can provide for you. So I think that's really, really cool. A lot of people ask me like, is it worth it? I'm like, well, what are you trying to get out of it? For the atmosphere, for the people. There's also a cool antique shop next to it. There was food outside. They had like a little food festival. There's a bunch of really nice cafes around. So as a vacation thing and exploring LA and exploring art scene, I think it's amazing. If you have any questions, obviously let me know. I'll try to answer them. Huge shout out to Bobby Chu and every single person who worked on that. And honestly, yeah, it's a great event. I'm kind of thinking maybe it could be like maybe they can enforce a little bit like costumes, because it's end of October, it's like Halloween, and it's all artsy and stuff, and I already saw like a few people cosplaying, and I'm like, man, like it would be really cool if they put like a theme, October Halloween, like to dress up. Like, hey, you know, you don't have to, but this year theme is magicians, and you dress up as magicians for the whole event, and you have the whole costume and everything. That would be like really, really cool. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really, you know, exhausted, but I think I got like, I want to say 14,000 steps on my watch, saying like, hey, you walked a lot. I hope to go next year, and if anyone's going, you know, say hi. I know I have a very small channel, but at the same time, why not still say it? But yeah, thank you so much, and happy painting.